Hi, this is Dr. Greg Oliver at Fat Doctor TV. Hope you've been learning a lot from the episodes we've had, both from myself and my coaches. And if not, go back and go through them again. We've got lots of episodes that touch on specific parts on how you can get fit, how you can lose weight, how you can keep the weight off. Today we're going to talk about the non-negotiables. If you've ever bought a car or purchased a house or signed a lease, anything like that, then many times you wanted to negotiate. You might have wanted to negotiate the price or the terms, the length of the contract, or lots of little details in it. And sometimes you were able to negotiate things, and sometimes there were things that said, that's non-negotiable. Maybe on their part, maybe on your part. I won't negotiate this. Well, today we're going to talk about the 5 non-negotiables to losing weight, getting fit, or keeping your weight off. And there are 5 of them, and if you negotiate any of these, then it's not going to happen for you. You're going to be frustrated, you're going to struggle. I get people in my office all the time and say, Doc, I just can't lose weight. And I ask them about these 5 non-negotiables, and they're negotiating almost all of them. So let's talk about them. What's the first non-negotiable? Something you cannot play with. You can't negotiate it, you have to do it. Well, that's pretty simple. You have to modify your dietary intake. Now, that means you have to either cut back on calories, cut back on carbs, cut back on fats. Overall, you got to decrease your energy intake to make losing weight and keeping the weight off work. So that is non-negotiable. You can't play with that. It's amazing. I do get people in my office that say, I want to lose weight, but I really like the way I eat. I want to keep doing that. And I'm thinking, that's not going to work. You would think that people would understand that, but I know it's a tough emotional thing to try and change what we eat. I have problems with that all the time myself, so it is a tough thing. But if you want to get fit, if you want to lose the weight, that's non-negotiable. You got to modify your dietary intake. Number 2, exercise. Now, I coach people when we first start to lose weight. I don't recommend they go out and take up an hour, hour and a half of exercise, vigorous exercise, because that increases appetite. But they do have to start increasing their physical activity to the point where as they lose weight, they want to increase their exercise. The more weight you lose, the more exercise you're going to do. And when you get to your lean body weight or your goal weight, you're going to be exercising fairly regularly and fairly vigorously. But exercise is a non-negotiable. Again, people all the time, well, I don't like exercising. Well, that's okay, but do you like being fat? Come on, let's get real with it. Do you want to lose the weight? Then you got to not negotiate and not play around with the exercise. It's got to be a part of that non-negotiables. Number 3, you have to eat breakfast. Now, you don't have to have the big breakfast we all think about, but you've got to have some fuel in your body first thing in the morning. When we get up, we haven't eaten overnight, our body needs fuel. It'd be like getting in your car and expecting to drive away first thing in the morning, but not putting any gas in the tank. You got to have some fuel. That gets the engine going, that gets the body moving, that gets all the processes and reactions inside our body working. So it may be as simple as a protein shake, it may be a couple of eggs, but something has to be in your system within about an hour of getting up. So non-negotiable number 3, you got to eat something for breakfast. Non-negotiable number 4, self-monitoring. You have to pay attention. You got to write down your weight. You got to weigh yourself, maybe at least once a week. Some people more often, but at least once a week you got to say, where am I at? Number 2, you got to kind of check your calories. What am I eating? Keep a journal. Keep a list of what you've eaten, what's going in your mouth. You can either count the calories, you can count the carbohydrates, you can count the fat. You don't have to count things, you can just write it down. You'll know if you're eating too much or not. But you've got to monitor yourself. If you have trouble with that, get a coach who can help you monitor also. Number 5 of the non-negotiables is you have to limit your screen time. Now, this is a tough one because there's lots of television shows. I mean, there's lots of networks, hundreds and hundreds of networks. You could literally just sit there and watch TV all day long. But if you do that, you're not going to lose any weight. Matter of fact, studies show you'll gain a lot of weight. Screen time also counts on computers, okay? There's lots of great stuff, both on television and computers. I enjoy great TV shows. I enjoy spending some time on my computer. However, if we do too much of that, we don't burn many calories, and statistics show you're not going to be able to lose the weight. So, you got to limit your screen time. In some kids programs now, who spend a lot of time on computers and television, they have to buy their screen time. They buy it with exercise. So for an hour of exercise, they may get an hour, half hour of screen time. So that is a non-negotiable. You have to look seriously at how much screen time am I doing. So let's go over the 5 again. Number 1, modify your dietary intake. Non-negotiable. Number 2, exercise. Start easy, build up, non-negotiable. Number 3, eat some breakfast. Within an hour of getting up, you got to have some fuel in your body. non-negotiable. Number 4, self-monitoring. You got to pay attention to where you're at, where you're going, and what you're doing, day in and day out. Non-negotiable. And number 5, limit that screen time or buy back your screen time through exercise. Set up a program that works for you. Those are the 5 non-negotiables. So, now that you know, start working on those. Don't negotiate with yourself. Be hard on yourself. Say, hey, these are non-negotiable. If I'm going to win this game, if I'm going to contract with myself to get fit and lean and thin and feel great and be healthy, I can't negotiate on these. So, have a good day. I'll talk to you soon, and don't negotiate. Bye now.